The Legend of Mount Rinjani.
Before we continue the story, don't forget to subscribe to Dongeng ID and on YouTube. Download apps Dongeng Indonesia on the App Store and Play Store. Enjoy watching.
In the grand palace on the coast of Lombok, there lived a princess named Rinjani. Every evening, she would always look out of the palace. Outside felt so alive to her, while her own world felt like a golden cage, holding her back. One day, Rinjani fell. To her surprise, a man she didn't know helped her. Turns out, the man was Dewata, a hunter and spice collector. After their first meeting, Rinjani and Dewata met again, even if just to chat. They shared stories about a world Rinjani had never experienced. After seeing each other often, they fell in love. For Rinjani, Dewata was everything she longed for: freedom, honesty, and a life not tied down by a crown. That afternoon, the king's loyal servant told him about Princess Rinjani's relationship with a young man. Hearing this, the king got furious and immediately called Princess Rinjani to see him. The king was mad at Rinjani but gave her a chance to forget the young man. Instead of taking the chance, Rinjani threw away the king's note of hope. The angry king quickly ordered the soldiers to keep a close watch on Rinjani. She wasn't allowed to see Dewata. Rinjani walked with hesitation, pondering and deciding the path of his life. Finally, that night, Rinjani firmly chose freedom, planning the life he wanted ahead. The life he had always dreamed of. The dark night when all the soldiers were asleep and careless, Rinjani left. She was helped by someone to leave the palace, someone, a servant, and a soldier who had always stayed loyal to her. Rinjani's servant accompanied Rinjani on the escape. They ran together to get away, as far as possible from the palace, running all the way to the foot of the mountain where the deities were waiting. Rinjani finally met the deities. They then went through villages, rivers, and forests to get further away from the palace. Patiently, the deities guided Rinjani. After days of walking non-stop, they finally stopped and settled down. Dewata assured Rinjani, with certainty, that this is where their new life would begin. With her small hands, Rinjani made a warm campfire. The edelweiss flowers around her made Rinjani even more amazed at the beauty of the village and the place where she now lived. She learned a lot about how to choose vegetables and fruits. Her face was full of joy, friendliness, and gentleness. It was in that village that Rinjani and Dewata finally had their first home, although small and simple. But inside, it was filled with the warmth of both of them. They faced not only beauty but also difficulties together. Whenever Dewata was hurt, Rinjani would quickly take care of and treat him. They faced joys and sorrows with their love. Rinjani and Dewata continued to socialize with the local community. They never hesitated to help each other. Their kindness, friendliness, and gentleness were warmly welcomed by the villagers. Day by day they went by, and before they knew it, they had grown old together. The hikers and hunters they once helped always shared the love story of Princess Anjani and Dewata. The story spread quickly far and wide, eventually reaching the king's ears. The elderly king wept, longing for his beloved child. Filled with deep regret, the king asked his soldiers to deliver a message to Rinjani. The palace soldiers immediately went to climb and look for Rinjani. Rinjani was shocked when she found out that the palace soldiers had found her. But without any violence, they only delivered a letter from the king for Rinjani. That night, Rinjani and Dewata read the letter from the king. Every sentence was full of regret. The king admitted his mistakes and acknowledged Rinjani's sincere love for Dewata. The king only asked for one thing, a chance to see his child's face once more. Finally, the king and Rinjani met in an undeniably happy and touching reunion. The king's love for his daughter was truly remarkable. The king gazed at the place where his beloved daughter had grown strong, a place that had proven freedom and love. Truly, from then on that mountain was named Mount Rinjani. It became a symbol of love that knows no status, courage that knows no compromise, and wisdom born from simplicity. Princess Anjani and Dewata spent the rest of their old age peacefully at the top of the mountain. They became living legends, known by the local people as the guardians of the mountain. Two wise souls who were friendly welcomed every hiker who stepped on the slopes. Princess Anjani and Dewata closed their eyes together. Yet, it is said that their spirit never really left. The expanse of eternal white Edao's flowers symbolizes the purity of their love. People at the foot of the mountain believe that every beauty of Mount Rinjani reflects the eternal love of that couple. Up until now, Mount Rinjani stands tall and majestic, rising between the clouds and the sea, witnessing in silence a love story that overcomes all obstacles. Its peak touches the sky like a bridge between the human world and heaven. Lake Segura sparkles in its crater like frozen tears of happiness, and Edelweiss flowers bloom eternally like a promise that is never broken.